Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I've been dying to use this set of metallic alcohol inks that Renee sent to me. And there's 16 colors in here. So I thought, what better way to show you a couple new molds that I have available. Actually, I'm pouring these for the first time today. So if they come out good, then they will be available and linked in the description box below. I am also working on a couple more gorgeous molds. I think if I can get them right, they're going to be stunning. So keep an eye out. Of course, I will do a video as soon as I'm getting them done. I'm just waiting on my 3D mold housings to be made for them. But right now, I've got these little ones. This is the same one. It's just made twice. These are those little flowers I showed you the other day if you saw that video. But I haven't done them in the metallic alcohol inks. This one is a faceted heart. This holds 3.5 ounces. Look at the shine in there. And this one is a faceted diamond. So this one is actually going to end up being a paperweight because this is going to be the bottom, I think. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm going to see how it comes out, because you can't really set it on the side because it comes to a point like a real diamond. So we're going to see how it looks. I'm not quite sure. This one also holds 3.5 ounces. Now I measured it below this lip because if the top does come out pretty good, I want a nice flat surface. So don't dome this one. And I'm also going to do the same thing to this one. So I'm going to see how that works. And then these I know come out really pretty. So I'm just going to try them in different colors. So today I'm going to use metallic yellow, metallic green for the flowers, and then metallic cardinal for the heart, and pearl white for the diamond. I know the diamond should probably be clear, but I can't do anything clear. So I want to check out the pearl white for that. So let me mix up 8 ounces of resin. I'm going to use my casting resin for this since I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to turn on the heat mat because it is late at night. I'm not in any hurry to get them cured, and I don't want to mess anything up because I want to see how these pearls would work without heating it. So let me mix up some resin, guys. I mixed up 8 ounces. I split 3.5, 3.5, and then a half for each one. I don't know how much those hold, but we're going to find out today. So let me grab a couple sticks. We're going to start with the little ones because I'm interested to see how much those hold. So these you have to shake really, really good because there is a sediment that gets on the bottom. Here's one I could show you. See the sediment there? Oh, that's a pretty color. That's red. Maybe I should use the red for the heart. No, I'm going to try the pink. So once that sediment is off the bottom, then I just shook it a little bit more. And I actually have to open these. I don't think they're opened. Let me grab a thumbnail. Just stick it in there. Get yourself a paper towel. Otherwise, it's going to squirt everywhere when you take it out. All right, I'm going to have to open all of them, I think. I don't know how much to use, so I'm just going to drip a bunch in there. I definitely want to be able to see it because that's the whole point in a metallic alcohol ink. So I haven't seen metallic in colors before, just golds and silvers and bronzes and coppers. So I'm just going to put a whole bunch in here. We're going to test and see how they come out. So they're clearly transparent. I hate these little cups to stir in, you guys. They stink. So it's getting a little more shimmery as I add more color. So I'm just going to add more color. Just give it a good squirt. This might be too much for that. But we will find out. I can always pour it in my hand mold that everybody's waiting for. I'm also filling up my cupcake mold again. The winner did claim that prize, so I do not have to find another winner. That's good, I think. Pretty decent. I'm going to spray alcohol in this if I could find my spray bottle. Here it is. I'm just going to spray some alcohol in there because I seem to have better results, especially with like the rose ones that I do for cakes. If you spray alcohol in these things, you virtually get no bubbles. And then I'm just squashing it around. 1/2 ounce is enough. 1/2 ounce is perfect. There's really nothing left. So those hold 1/2 ounce. I can even fit the last strip in there. Wow, that was a good guess. All right, so I'm gonna cap this and we're gonna shake up the green. And we're gonna get this one open. All right, let me grab this cup. And as we saw, you need to squirt a good amount in there. I'm excited to see these demolded. I mean, I hope they look good. Otherwise, I molded them for nothing. Ooh, that's a really pretty green. You see that, guys? I don't think we need any more of that one. Well, actually, on the stick, it's a little transparent. So I am going to squirt in another little squirt. Well, or 2 or 3 or 4. All right, let's get this one poured in. Oops, I need to squirt it with alcohol. Almost forgot. And then I'm going to squash it around. This is like a 2-layer flower. It's really pretty. It's really shiny if you haven't seen it. It's got facets on all its petals. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to come out good no matter what color. I've done it in multiple colors already. And they all look good. Even white came out pretty. And I don't usually do white stuff. But I had some left over and I wanted to see what it was going to look like. Here, I have it right here. I'll show it to you. Actually, I've done 2 of them. This is what it's going to end up looking like. See the shine on those facets? And that's just white pigment paste. And here's a pink one, a clear one. No, this one has gold glitter and a purple. So I've done them multiple times. As you can see, this one has gold glitter in it. It's clear with gold sparkle dust. This is pink with silver sparkle dust. And this is actually metallic alcohol inks. But I didn't squirt a whole lot in there. So we're going to see how this works. All right, so obviously we're going to need a whole lot more for the bigger ones. Remember to shake it up really good. Open her up. Grab my pin. And I'm just going to squirt a bunch in there. I want enough to make sure it looks metallic-y. I don't think I did that on the purple flower. I don't think I put enough in for the metallics to come out. So that's what I'm trying to do here. A little late for Valentine's Day, but hey, just give it to someone you love. And any day of the year. It's a little metallic-y now. Still a little transparent, but I do see the shimmer. Now this resin is fine. This is deep, maybe more than an inch. I'm not sure. Let me measure it. My casting resin is good for that deep. It's just over an inch deep. So definitely use your casting resin that you can do an inch deep. If you don't have one that can do that, then you better get a deep pour. But the pump resin from Let's Resin definitely can handle this with no problem. I see something in there. I almost poured it over it. Let me grab a little bit of. I just want to get it out here without scratching my mold. You have to be very careful with this kind of silicone, you guys. You can damage it easily. It's not like that stuff. I hope I didn't just scratch it. We'll find out, I guess. I'm gonna squirt this one with alcohol too. I don't know why. I've never done that before, but let's see what happens. Maybe it'll pop the bubbles. Again, I'm not pouring it all the way to the rim because I don't want that rim on there. That should be good. We'll find out when I unmold it. It's the bottom anyway, but still. Now, for the pearl. Whoops. I probably should clean this off first. Might be a good idea, so I don't get pink in there. There we go. I'm just going to spray the top of that, or the bottom. It's actually the bottom that we're looking at. Let me give it a good squirt. This one looks like it's going to need a lot. I don't want to use my whole bottle on this though. I used, I don't know, about a quarter of it, a little less than a quarter of the bottle so far. If it's not going to get darker, I might add a little bit of pigment. Or should we just try it? Well, I don't know. Should we just try it the way it is? I don't want to use my whole bottle on something. My resin's getting warm in my hands. I don't know. I mean, I could see the shimmer. It is a diamond anyway, so I think I'm just going to try it and see what it comes out like. Might be pretty. Let's see. Again, I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top. Ooh, it looks pretty in the mold. Right about there. Because I want a flat top just in case. So I got a little left. I'm going to do something with that. And I will see you in the morning. It's the next day. It's time to demold. So I made a few little roses for my stash and a couple turtles with the extras. This one was the red color in there. And this was the color I used for the heart. So I did try a different color. And I did poke through his tail. So if you stick a little stick in the tail part, it seems that the little tails worked. Let me grab these all out first. Good, all of them worked. So all their little tails are good. They came out pretty nice. Transparent, but not, you know what I mean? Let's see what the roses did. This one was this color. Not bad, no bubbles in there. So make sure you do alcohol in these, you guys. It's not opaque-ish though. That's pretty. Came out good. And I assume this one did as well. I have so many of these. I might make a project with just all these roses that I've made instead of a birthday cake. I'm thinking about it. All right, let's do these. Oh, it stained my mold. Look at that. Shouldn't make a difference, but I guess we're going to find out on the next one. Oh, haha, look at the sparkle. That is beautiful. It is shimmery in there. I can see like the metallic speckles. That one is nice. Let's see if this one stained the mold. No, this one didn't. So that's something about that yellow one. Nice. Love it. I'm going to have a ton of these left over too. So let's do the heart. There we go. Look at those. That came out good. Really, really nice. You can actually put like a saying on there and top coat it if you wanted to, depending on what you're going to use it for. Now I do need to trim the back because I left it not domed. So that does need trimmed. So let's move that out of the way and see what this diamond looks like. Came out really good. Check that out, you guys. It's kind of like two-tone. There's like a line here with a different color there. And then that's the top, which if you set it in here, maybe we could put a clear coat in there and see what it looks like. That's what I wanted to try because there is a lip because I didn't fill it. But you would set it on the table like that. But if you wanted the diamond part up, I don't know how you would stand it up. But all these facets are super shiny, depending on what you would do. So maybe I should try and see what that looks like if we dome it. Maybe I'll just mix up a little bit of clear and do that. This one I'm not sure. Maybe I have a sticker or something real quick and put something on there. I don't know. Let me think about it for a second. So I took my Cricut and I thought this was adorable. I kind of edited it for me. It says, "I love you more than glitter." I thought that would be cute on this heart. So I'm just going to transfer that on here and we will do a top coat. I think I'm going to do a top coat. Should I do it crooked? Maybe not. I couldn't get these tiny little letters on my transfer paper, of course. And of course, I forgot to buy that painter's tape somebody suggested that you can see through. So here I am with my normal blue painter's tape, guessing if it's good. I picked silver. Oh my gosh, oops, don't lose the R. That is adorable. I love you more than glitter. That means a lot coming from me. Okay, I'm going to use my UV resin for this just because the edge is going to be a little, I don't know, harder to do. So I will use my high viscosity for that. Let me grab my light. Move this out of the way. We'll do that one next. I'm going to use regular resin for that one. All right, so basically just flood it carefully so it doesn't spill over the edge. And the higher viscosity resin that you have, the easier it will be to maneuver and stay where you want it to stay. Let's start with that. This bottle's almost empty, so I need to go get my other bottle soon. I'm gonna grab my other tool here. As Renee calls it, a pencil. So I'm just gonna be like very, very careful just to get it to the edge of the facet. I'm just going to take my lighter and pop any bubbles on the top. I thought that was a bubble. That must be something else in there. Make sure you have it exactly how you want it before you cure it. You don't have to rush with UV resin. I think I got it. It's all the way to the edge everywhere. There's something right there, right in the center. It should be good. Now I'm going to take the light, I'm going to kind of hold it above, not too close because that's kind of a thick coat. I don't want it like wrinkling. So I'm just going to kind of hold it up. All right, this one is done. Domed beautifully, cured. I just left it under for 5 minutes and it is completely done. I mixed up 1 ounce of my fast cure. Here, I took all the bubbles out in the vacuum chamber. I'm just going to try to level it the best that I can and fill it up and see what happens. This is good for like weddings, anniversaries, engagements. You could write something on here with your Cricut or whatever, like, will you marry me, or I do. And they can either set it on its side as a huge diamond or set it on the flat part and see all the facets underneath. So I think doming it this way, this is why I wanted to try it, would make it versatile either way. That's why I didn't fill up my mold all the way to the top, so I would have that lip to hold this resin in. Okay, so that's domed perfectly. I'm just going to let this sit for a few hours. That's my 4-hour cure. And I had a little left over, so I'm going to try the blue metallic. And I'm going to make a couple more roses if I find a stick. I have an idea for all these roses, but I'm not sure. I'm going to figure it out. Oh, let me spray it with alcohol first. And I have enough left to do one more, so I think I'm going to try the copper color. Just need one more drip. Then I'm going to use the rest and make copper. Again, make sure you shake them until all that's gone off the bottom. Probably shouldn't do this over the heart. What do you think? or over the diamond, I should say. Whoops, my hands are sticky. Some of these are deeper colors than others, I'm seeing. So let me get one of these and spray it again. My gosh, my hands are so sticky. Everything's falling over. All right, I'm just gonna let this cure. Everything is dry, so this came out really nice. Nice and shiny, so that's the top of the diamond as if it was sitting in your ring. But I love the faceted back of this, so yeah, do with it what you will. Any color or clear would look like a diamond. This was the metallic blue, and this was the metallic copper. So that are those. And I think we went through everything else. So guys, I guess that's it for today. I will get you some pictures of everything. So thanks for stopping in, and I will see you all tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.